I mean, it's
That's that's not a shit. You use shit show for the wrong reasons.
the Bosco problem. Pick Central, Friday, August 4th. Zah, you back there? Who you back there with?
Booze.
Oh, nice. Brought to you by the Barstool Sportsbook. Hit Parade is 3 in a row. You got win totals. You got conference odds. Bet with Smitty. You have Trust the Data, I would imagine, popping up. Does he have you on the Trust the Data?
I don't think I'm on this site, but yeah, obviously I put my pick out of the day. You can obviously just tail that if you'd like.
Sense. Yeah, you got parlays. You got you can move the line, which is obviously our feature. Player props. You got everything going on. So Barstool Sportsbook gambling problem. Call 1-800. Gambler must be 21 plus. Gamble responsibly. Friday edition. We should have got the laptop up. Zach, can you take the calls on the back end and then just? Do I need to hit them, or you just want to control it from the back?
No, I can do it for you.
We trust it from that. That's fine. Preseason last night. The
second half. Sorry, second. We load them up second half.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, cool.
The Browns end up pulling out the win.
Yeah.
Yep.
DTR.
Sick.
I'm assuming
I watched a little.
It was
in and out. I watched the Reds blow another one. So
DTR looked great last night. Obviously, granted, there was third stringers. I get it, but loved watching him at UCLA. He looked really good last night.
yeah, he's very good.
It was they can do anything with Mon. The second they put him in, it was just like touchdown. They won the game.
Yeah,
Jets didn't score in the second half.
Zach Wilson had a nice play in the first half. Had that nice pass.
he did. He had the
Deep
long
ball.
pass down the sidelines. I saw that.
That's all you want. You want like one nice moment for him. Something to
Yeah,
build
I don't
on.
know. I say it all the time. I think the product in preseason, I don't think they care. Trying not to get hurt. Somebody always ends up getting hurt. So it's a tough kind of product.
I enjoyed it last night.
I mean, it was pretty shitty, but
I was seeing like rainbows and butterflies the whole time. It was the
I
first game I was enjoying it,
watched.
and then the Jets lost, and I got my soul ripped out. But
That's what I was excited about. I was actually talking with my dorm. My doorman had the over, and I was like, and he was,
Good hit, doorman.
and it was a good hit, doorman, and he was. We were talking to us about the Browns. He was unbelievable last night.
he's great.
He was slinging it like there was no other, and it did get my juices flowing. Just like hearing the announcers, being on NBC, like it felt good.
Even seeing it like an end zone.
Yeah,
It's like, all right.
just seeing the scoreboard, I was excited. Obviously, the blackout was funny. That's just something that happens in preseason. But then you also realize, what am I watching? Then I turned back on the Yankees.
For me too, though, it was a moment where
Yes, that was I was like,
Yeah, me too.
I like Collinsworth. I like Tirico, and it
Get the
gives you
feel.
that Sunday feel. But I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah. I don't care how big a football fan you are. And Big Ev, I know you're a big football fan. You didn't enjoy the entire thing.
well, I enjoyed it until the Jets lost.
Yeah.
They were winning the entire game until
They were. I know.
Why you don't pick the Jets? Goddamn Jets. They always gonna-
I was gonna say this though. I had a moment where, honestly, I'll say one thing: great Hall of Fame class this year, making me feel old.
Yeah.
Why? Who is it?
Because there's a lot of guys that I'm old enough now. I watched Joe Thomas. I remember when he got drafted. That was the Hall of Fame. I remember Darrelle Revis getting drafted.
Oh shit!
I was a huge Zach Thomas fan when I was a kid.
You guys are at the age where you've seen Hall of Famers' whole careers.
This is like it's some of the first times I've went through it.
That's
It's
a lot of
crazy
that.
to see. Like,
yeah.
it's Revis. Revis, Joe Thomas. I think those are the only first ballot guys. Zach Thomas. My dad's one of my dad's favorite players. Joe Klecko finally got in.
Yes.
Even as a Giants fan,
Joe
my
Klecko.
My dad loved Joe Klecko. Loved
for
him.
him.
Change.
That's why sometimes when I think about, like, I know everyone thinks, but like LeBron, it's kind of crazy. Like, we just grew up and with him, and he's like still doing it. You know what I mean?
I think when he got drafted, I was in like the third grade.
Yeah, and he's
I'm gonna be
still
29 next
today fucking the best. Like,
Yeah,
it's
insane.
crazy. Like, that's when he doesn't get enough credit when you really think about how long he's been doing
I
it.
think how crazy Eli's going to come soon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be in tears.
I think that's why guys our age. I remember.
Wait a second. Eli's coming up on his Hall of Fame rejection?
He's getting in.
Whatever it
Smitty.
is.
You want to bet on that,
Come
Smitty?
on.
Just shut up.
Do you think he's getting it? Wait a second. You think he's getting in first ballot?
Without a question.
Won two fucking Super Bowls and defeated a super team.
Not even that. If you just his
He's got
stats.
a 500 record. He's the same interception.
Why don't you turn the power on back in the fucking barn you live in that corner up there?
Look.
Are you an idiot?
No, he doesn't have
Are
the
you
same
a
interception.
dope?
He has way more touchdowns than picks.
What is record? Every time I bring
was
up
his win-loss
record,
record's
doesn't
500.
matter.
Win-loss record.
He
Okay.
won 2 Super Bowls.
Two MVPs.
Hey, I'm just throwing out there a little bit of discussion, okay?
There's no-
I
there's none
agree
to be
with you.
had.
I think he's getting in the Hall of Fame.
No, he's
No,
getting
you
in
don't.
first ballot. First ballot.
I don't know about that.
He's definitely getting in first. I'd be shocked if he didn't get in first ballot.
By the way, he's 10th all time in passing yards, 10th all time in passing
Thank you.
touchdowns.
That's what I was going
You
to say.
can count on
Hey,
one
I
finger.
mean, anybody who's played past the year 2000 is like going to.
But he's
He's
top
10th, so
20
there's only 9
passing.
people ahead of him, Smitty. So he's obviously in front of a lot of
You can
people.
name everyone with 2
So is
Super Bowls
Phil
on
Rivers.
one hand.
What did you say?
he's getting in.
Can I ask you guys a
I
question?
idiot.
disagree to that.
Yes.
Can I ask you guys a question? Is the NFL Hall of Fame like the NBA Hall of Fame? That's a popularity contest as opposed to actually you being good.
No,
or-
so the NBA the basketball's a little different because it's not the
It counts
it's not the
everything.
NBA Hall of Fame. It's like just college counts too.
it's
even-
also a popularity contest. I mean, like Yao Ming,
But no, but Yao Ming's like a Hall of Famer.
a Hall of Fame career in the NBA.
He's a legend.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
he made it.
Well, I think if you count his other stats, like in China and stuff, you could.
He,
Okay,
I mean,
so if
he
you
made
count
it-
China, then
he
okay.
made
yeah,
it-
and
he
it
made
counts
a-
everything.
I think they
Made a bunch
skew
of
it a little
all-star
bit with
teams.
guys
Yeah.
like that. He was an impact to the game, kind of a
And
freak.
NFL is kind of like NFL. They'll fuck people on purpose. They get kind of weird like media guys.
Baseball does too.
I was gonna say baseball's the
hardest.
worst.
The worst.
Baseball's the hardest to get into.
Oh, okay.
And NFL is like easier than baseball. You have to put 4 guys in. But they get greedy with like certain guys. Like I remember like if you had off the field issues, they'll like fuck you on purpose.
NBA is the easiest, right?
Yeah, because it's
Easier than
all
NHL.
Because it's basketball Hall of
basketball.
Fame.
Would you say Pac-Man Jones is a Hall of Famer?
Nah,
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Do you think Joe Thomas had one of the most miserable careers?
For a Hall of Famer?
Started every game for the Browns in the worst stretch of.
I don't think they ever had a winning season.
Like imagine
Maybe,
They had one,
maybe
right?
One,
he
maybe
deserves
one.
the Hall of Fame because he never just was like fuck this. Give me a sec. I'm gonna take a couple.
I love the
games off
obviously he's a
because
lot.
That's horrible.
Obviously, his alignment is not many stats. I was like in the interview in the game, the stat they just pulled was like the 10,363 straight snaps.
No, I know it's crazy. That's what I was looking at. I was like, that's insane. It's also crazy to see those linemen like even like Taylor Lewan right now, like how skinny they get
Oh yeah,
after like how fast and like how big you have to be just to play on the line. Linemen are fucking insane.
it's wild.
Oh, they love their career after when they can lose the
Yeah,
ball.
linemen go one way or the other.
That's what I was gonna say. You see
Yeah,
some of them
yeah,
either get really skinny or even fatter.
Yeah. Because they're like, oh, I could eat whatever the fuck I want.
Well, because it's the certain guys that they love to eat, and they basically kept it off by like just exercising a lot. Now they don't exercise. There's the other guys where they had to eat a certain amount just to keep the body. Now they don't need to like just stuff their face anymore.
That's a miserable Hall of Fame. Calvin Johnson, another guy who had a Hall of Famer that's had a career of nothing. I mean,
Yeah, at least he
that's so
had to,
frustrating.
like,
He's so great.
at least he was a wide receiver and had like a little fun.
He's got,
Like,
he's got
you're,
the highlight tape.
like you're just a lineman fucking grinding it out, going 3 and fucking 12 or 3 and 14, whatever it is every time.
Just being a stalwart left tackle for the worst quarterbacks ever.
I scared the shit out of
He's
me.
going to toss it.
Absolutely scared the shit out of me.
You know his name?
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the new
Yeah.
guy everybody's raving about, right?
He edited the last Scumbag Golf. Go check it out. He did a great job.
It works.
Diego's a good name. It's fun to say.
He's
The wire,
like
the wire is right next to Eureka. if you need it.
typically. He looks like he.
Oh, it's okay. 88%.
That guy looks like he is
Michael Irvin.
24/7.
You know what's funny? I noticed maybe a week or two ago, he was wearing a Units Respect Unix shirts. I don't even know if he knows what it's from or what it means.
He probably think it's gambling.
Yeah. I almost was gonna say something. I was almost gonna say like nice shirt. I don't even know if he would even know what I meant.
Oh, got it.
Am I
All
gonna-
right, cool.
Isn't it double vodka, Don?
It is, so you do know.
Yeah.
My guy.
I didn't
appreciate it.
necessarily fit the mold for the shirt, but it was
No.
a pretty cool shirt.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
As a slender. I didn't know if maybe honestly it's been so long. I didn't know if maybe you just found it around. So they had like a couple laying around or something.
That's such
I know,
a-
I found it laying around.
What
but
a ridiculous name.
Cool shirt.
Double vodka Don.
Possible.
Like
Awesome.
the fact that that's your contact name in my phone is like whenever I'm like, because I'll type in Ev or like Big Ev, I'm like, what the fuck is your name? And it's Double Vodka Don.
I feel like I've outgrown it now, and I mean it was from college.
That's always
Long
funny.
time.
Like when like Dana does stuff too. He's like, it's like fuck. beer guy. Like, can I change something?
For me, I've almost had to make it where the vodka doesn't even stand for like drinking. It's just like a name.
Dana Wamir and Jackson
Like
tried to
vodka, just the
rebrand
name
himself
vodka.
to Dana Pinot Noir.
Yeah, that
And
didn't
it
work.
didn't stick. No.
that one didn't stick too well.
When we used to be in the romp room, Smitty would just call me vodka.
Yeah. Hey,
Do
Smitty.
you still do double vodkas?
I do when I drink. I just don't drink nearly as much as I did like in college. Yeah.
Smitty, I played Jackbox this weekend, and I was like,
Oh,
man,
good time.
what a time that was.
It was a good time.
Those are great times in a
Family
romper
time.
room.
Good times had by most.
Did you see Shohei Ohtani cry last night?
Not the sales team.
Oh, what'd he cry about?
Did you see that clip?
I didn't. No.
There's a clip. I'm blogging it right now. So now someone will blog it now. But
Can you send it to Zah?
just type in Shohei Ohtani crying on Twitter, and it's I don't know if he was actually crying, but people are saying he was crying, like he was in tears after the he was tearing up when the grand slam happened last night in the ninth inning. Like he was so upset. Like, didn't he pitch last night?
Pitch. He had to leave the game early because of blisters again.
Four innings.
4 innings. He did hit a home run though. His
Yeah,
40th home run of the year.
Yep.
And then a kid that used to play for the Savannah Bananas hit in his he hasn't even had 100 major league at bats. 26-year-old rookie hits a grand slam in the ninth to put the killed the Angels' chances last night.
Yep.
Mariners win.
If he cried for real, there's no chance he resigns.
No,
That means he
dude,
just cares
he's
way.
out, man.
He cares too much about winning. If he's
I
crying
want you
over
guys
that
to
loss.
see it. Like I said, it was like people say he was tearing up. I think he was like a yawn that got his eyes teary a little bit.
little watery.
But he did look very upset. Where I'm like, it's kind of funny if he's crying.
Well, all the credit in the world to the kid who was playing from the Savannah Bananas last month, hitting the grand slam in the show. I mean, Marty, you could be playing for the Savannah Bananas right now.
I'm going
have a
Wednesday
great
to hit a hit off of them. So we'll see.
That's awesome.
They were on ESPN2 last night. Savannah Bananas.
They're awesome.
Yeah,
They are just awesome.
Their product is
They make baseball fun.
you're
Very unique.
You're a fan. You catch a ball, it's an out. If you catch the
great.
ball in the stands, it's an out.
Honestly, it is a great.
End of the game, bases loaded, 2 outs, down 1, caught a ball. The game was over.
It's like
so
Rock and
funny.
Jock without celebrities.
Yeah, it's like
And-
the whole Globetrotter.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like the Globetrotters.
But also,
of baseball.
they Hunter Pence played the other day.
Did he?
Yeah, like there's some random players that like that.
Victorino had a walk off.
Victorino was on it too. Like there's some cool players on there,
That's very cool. I love it.
and I like that it's a game. It's not like they always win. Like the party animals also win sometimes too.
It seems like a good league. It's a good product.
We're going to Staten Island soon.
I heard, yeah. I used to do the music down there for Staten Island Yankees.
Really?
Brunch coming up soon, Rico.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
nice. Listen, it might be my own interest, but did you guys see this clip? These fucking umpires can't count to 3. Did you see this?
No, I didn't.
Little League.
I saw you
They
post.
can't count to fucking 3.
I didn't really understand.
What do you
They
mean?
never can.
I guess I didn't watch the full thing, but I didn't really. What do you mean count to 3?
The guy fucked up a count for 3 strikes.
Oh.
Kid should have been down. He hits a go at homer. It's clear as day.
You're saying he had 4 strikes essentially.
He had 5 because he fouled it off 2 times. But it's insane. It's 5. It's insane. Watch this. It's clear as day.
But he's saying the strike. It's like he missed the
Bro,
call.
it's not debate. No, that's a
one of the
swing and a miss. That's 1 strike.
one.
It's non-debatable. It's a swing and a miss.
Can't
So
count
strike 1
to 3.
So
watch
0-1
this at
count.
bat. 0-1. Very clear. He swung and missed. No debate. No debate. Swings
Swing and
again.
a miss.
No debate. 0-2. Wild pitch. Probably a good call at the plate. That's fine.
Rika, you're going with the mid '90s Boy Meets World look there.
It's just no product.
It's the
No
bird.
product. All right, so then there's a dispute. They come out and they're like, the scoreboard says 1-1. The announcers are fucking water carriers for these umpires. They don't say dick. Like, oh, yeah, okay, I guess it's 1-1. Nobody, none of the base crew, nobody says, hold on a second. He swung twice. Like, hey, Joe, maybe we take a look at this? Nothing. Fouls a couple off, goes to 2-2. Kid hits a 3-run home and good to go ahead. Now, luckily, Virginia went ahead. But, like, I'm asking for
Hold on a second. You said he fouled a couple off,
Yeah.
but that'd be fine. It'd be 1-0-2.
Yeah, he swung and missed.
No, then there's – all right, give it to me again. I don't know the exact pitch. Hold on.
I think I might have
should be
just
down.
caught
Did you just do a video and wrong?
no, I don't think
Because
I'm
you
wrong.
look,
Hold on.
I see in your eyes right now. You're like,
think
oh
I'm wrong.
shit.
Because even if they put it 1-1, if he just fouled next 2 off, it wouldn't matter.
Let's take a look. I think I'm
0-2,
pretty sure there's another
home run.
strike.
I don't know if I can put it up because it's from a broadcast. I don't want to get us taken
Oh,
down.
jeez.
I think I might have just stumped
Yeah, I
him.
think Rico's wrong, and you just.
I'm-
Yeah, let's just go with the fact that
Because
Rico's
unless
wrong.
he swung,
I'm not wrong.
unless he
Poor
swung,
umpire. This
unless he,
regular guy.
unless he swung
see.
and missed again, or there was a called
Hold on.
strike. There's no. It basically corrected itself.
Hold on.
In theory,
I don't think so.
he would have either swung and missed again or a called strike.
If he did end up blowing this, I would.
He swings and misses on the next pitch.
Okay.
Swings and misses on the next pitch.
All right, fair enough.
Fucking bum.
Fair enough.
Fucking water carrier. You fucking water carrier.
I just wanted to make sure.
He had
I didn't
7 strikes.
I didn't see the clip. I need to make sure.
Then he hits a home run. Bullshit. I'm asking guys to count to fucking 3. Come on. Now.
You want to know who actually I think
Come on now.
who's even just as much to blame? The opposing coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how do you the guy blatantly swings?
Should
and
be
misses at the
charting
last
that.
ball?
Yeah, it's like can we?
They had a brain fart because
you
it was a
can't
pass
really
ball.
review
I was
it.
gonna say the
Score a
wild
run.
pitch is what fucked.
I think they
everything
just
up.
like
Yeah.
fuck, and then
Yeah, but what you do is you can't review balls and strikes, and they're never going to go to replay for that. But that coach, you're right, should have just either gotten thrown out of the game or really convince the guy you got to go look,
Screw the guy, he
or
swung
in
and
his
missed.
head,
He
be
swung
like,
and
bro, he
missed."
swung and missed twice. Tell him where it is too. Be like, it was a fucking fastball, high corner.
Rico,
like.
are you pro getting thrown out of Little League baseball games?
If it's I'm pro strategic tech in basketball, absolutely.
Okay.
So with this, if you're proving a point, luckily they came back and won, but they went down here on a 3-run homer. I would have got tossed, definitely.
Okay.
I would have got tossed.
It's Little League.
He's like, did you guys see this? No. We
Yeah.
didn't see it.
No, you're not locked in. It's day 1 of the regionals. We already got umpire issues.
Was that on ESPN Plus or what was that on?
Yeah, ESPN Plus. The finals are usually on regular, so it is what it is.
What team was that? What team were those?
Virginia and North Carolina.
Which one of your 7 TVs were you using?
11.
Yeah, TV 11. TV 11. Yeah, so that's that. It's only going to get worse. These guys it's fucking corrupt. Absolutely fucking corrupt. I see that going across on the scroll. J.J. Watt is struggling to believe that 7 people beat him on Peloton. You see that?
Someone sort of.
I feel like I did. They said it on the blog, but why do I feel like he kind of knows things, but interjects himself and looks to be in on popular stuff? Like, do we really think he didn't? Let me see this. Pretty new to Peloton. I don't know how it all works, but based on how damn hard this was, I need to know the 7 people that finished ahead of me. Like, aren't there professional riders?
Yeah,
I don't know,
it's
it's kinda
slow
like-
day today. What's going on?
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
I'm incorporating the blog. It's J.J. Watt. All right, yeah. What else? What do you got? You didn't get the goddamn thing.
What do you mean? Just saying.
Sitting there on your phone. If you're gonna look, give me a.
We're talking about J.J. Watt on a bicycle right now.
We got
Little
Peloton,
bit.
we got Peloton
Little bit.
coverage.
Little bit. All right, here you
Little
go.
league coverage.
All right, Marty Show. Hey, Mark, you're in Philly on the Marty Show. What do you got? I'll just take calls all day.
I've got 2
Why don't you, if you're gonna sit there on your phone, look at a flight. So
Phone. What do you
Taylor
fucking
Swift
mean?
tonight.
I'm on my phone. We're
Go
talking
look.
about
Give me a flight.
that J.J. Watt. 7 people beat
It's all
J.J.
good.
Watt.
Call-
The fuck are we talking about?
Call one of your bachelor friends. Give me a fucking flight right now.
Everybody loves
I want to go
everybody.
see Meet Me in the
ELE.
Middle live.
Booze, you might have to get my card up after Mark in Philly because I saw his tweet today. Just to let you know. Go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
So I'm not calling in the Phillies. I'll let Smitty talk about that. But I have 2 college
okay.
football win totals. I know it's not win total Wednesday, but one I know Big Ev is going to love here. I absolutely love Ohio State over 10.5 wins. They've lost 2 regular season games in 2 of the last 11 years. They haven't lost 2 games in the Big Ten since the interim 2011 pre-Urban Meyer year. You look at their schedule, Notre Dame's the only real non-conference game, and as an Irish fan, I can promise you that's a win for the Buckeyes. They have the best wide receiver duo in the country. You've got Travion. Who cares who the quarterback is? They're going to figure it out. There's no way they're not 11-1 or better. And then I've got Kansas over 6.5. Jalen Daniels is an absolute stud. 5-3 in games that he started and finished. He was number 1 in the country in QBR. They're number 1 in returning production. I don't see how Leipold, Daniels, in the most returning production in the country isn't going to lead to improvement.
I love it.
Yeah, I got fucked with Ohio State trying to run the table that time. I think it was the first win total I ever gave out. I'm like, they're going to win the national championship, and they lost the 2 games, which screwed me. But it's your team. It's
10.5, not 11.5. You're basically saying they have to lose 2 of the Michigan, Penn State, and Notre Dame games.
They really got to win soon.
I think Notre Dame's down.
Yeah.
They really do.
Everything that's going on with
we had it last year. If we won the Natty, it would have erased everything.
Yeah. You do. You do have to win one.
They have to win one soon because that's a lot of wins for no championship.
I also want to get enough of the titles in the SEC. Start moving those over to basketball.
We've been the only one that at least been putting up like fights in the playoffs.
Yes, I'm not. You've had an impressive run, and Brian Kelly's been an impressive run.
If you beat Michigan last year, do you win the national championship? You're playing someone different in first.
If we had beaten them, because if we beat them, we probably would have played
TCU. I think.
Yeah, we probably would play TCU, which would have been like an easy win. Dude, we almost
TCU came to play.
We should have beat Georgia. Like we would have smacked TCU. I don't want to hear anything different.
We would have smacked TCU.
We gave like one of the best teams I've ever seen. Like everything they could handle. We literally should have beat them, but we lost. They beat us, but we blew it. We were a field goal away. We missed.
You gotta win soon.
We missed a field goal that we basically would have won national title.
Yeah.
I lose sleep over it every day.
Probably should have won one with Stroud. Probably won.
He didn't.
You look back at Stroud and like Marvin has.
He also he played his ass off in that game. Like that Georgia game, he played so fucking well. I'm like the biggest threat because people shit on him. I'll stand for him forever.
Did you guys see?
It's not his fault we lost to Michigan.
Urban Meyer. You know who Drew Wingard is? The guy who actually says like it's always the Jaguars. The long hair guy on the Jaguars safety. Doesn't matter. He's a safety on the Jaguars. It came out that Urban Meyer, after a game, they were all talking like, "What's so different?" And he was talking to the press, and he was like, "Oh well, we have a rookie quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. We have a rookie head coach in Urban Meyer. Like, there's a lot of things happening." Day off, next day, he gets a phone call from his strength coach, and there was a different voice on it. It was Urban Meyer, and then Urban Meyer was like, "Who the fuck do you think you're talking about? It's a rookie. Why am I a rookie coach? Like, I've been doing this my whole life." And he basically said that if he didn't apologize to him right there and say, like, "I'm sorry," like, he basically said I had to suck him off on the phone to make him feel better so he didn't cut me right away. He said if he didn't say sorry, he would have gotten cut, even though he is a rookie coach during that year.
No, not a rookie coach. That mean never coached before.
A rookie head coach in the NFL.
Rookie NFL head coach.
I think he proved he was a rookie.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
When he couldn't even last the season.
So he's a fucking maniac.
Oh, Urban Meyer's a bad guy? Oh.
I'm just saying, like, you hear like these small things where
Sounds
it's
like a guy that stands up for himself.
Yeah, stands up for himself, except against Aaron Hernandez.
What the fuck is he going to do with Aaron Hernandez?
I don't know. Maybe he knew a couple things going down.
He knew nothing. He killed the guy when he was on the Patriots.
Did you watch the documentary?
Yeah. I watched it many times, actually. I like it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
You like it? Shit going down
That's a wild move.
What do you like about it?
I just have a weird thing. I watch the same things over and over again.
What about that documentary?
No, I do that too, but I don't want
to watch
documentaries.
I watch Godfather over.
I've watched stuff about but that's about bad people too.
I watch Entourage over.
I watch Entourage over and over.
The 7-5 documentary I've watched 3-4 times because I hate that guy, but he's captivating. That dirty police officer. Watch that one.
The story's just fascinating.
Unbelievable.
I just think Aaron Hernandez is a fascinating story.
It's a fascinating story. I don't know if I need to revisit.
There was another one that I thought was more fascinating. Did you watch the one about the high school kid who lives with a family and he gets pinned for murder?
No.
Fuck. It was on HBO. I wish I could fucking know the name of it. You can look it up. It's in the past couple of years. It was a pandemics type special. Anyway, this kid was like a really good player. He moves in with a family. The regular son kind of gets jealous of the kid who moved in, or he was his best friend. They were really tight, and there's a murder, and this kid gets fucking nailed for it, and he didn't do it.
That's crazy.
And he's got to get out on it. It's fucking wild.
So it's Blindside gone wrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That was a wild one.
When I was doing the sports movie podcast, Brandon said the only movie he'll never do is Blindside.
Oh, yeah, because it's all
Miss stuff.
Yeah, he's like, I'll never do the Blindside.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Oh, speaking of which, I should have opened up with that.
Great book. Lousy movie.
In all seriousness, we break balls, and, he's never paid for a lunch, but that was tough to watch yesterday, Brandon, talking about that.
I just texted
car
him,
accident.
yeah.
I called him last night.
He's
He's
all right.
still shaking up. He says, he's got a lot going on. I'll let him speak for his own stuff, but that's crazy. Knock on wood, haven't been in a major type of car wreck like that. Haven't been in something that spins, flips, like
Honestly, I have.
fucking scary.
I did my car flipped 3 times, like over and over, and I'm just luckily dumb and didn't tense up, so I was fine. But like it shakes you up for a little bit because it just happens out of nowhere. But you also do appreciate more things after.
I didn't see this. Everybody's all right?
Yeah, I don't think
yeah.
he told anybody.
He's okay,
I think
like,
he waited.
physically, yeah.
you know,
Said it on unnecessary.
I think he kind of had to because people,
okay.
like people breaking his balls. Like, where's Monday's episode? Which I get it. It's great we have rabid fans like that, but
Jesus.
maybe take a step back and realize that
He's fine. He's
there's
good.
a reason.
He'll be
Like,
fine.
there's got to be a reason somebody misses something like that. So, crazy. Nuts. Maybe you change your ways coming out of that. So, nuts. Sean in Maryland. Is he on? No. Sean in Maryland.
So calling in. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, I screwed it up.
All right, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So calling in, it's a dreary day down here in Maryland, and I was taking a look on the Barstool Sports book. Orioles game is set at 9.5. Doesn't seem to make a ton of sense because if you've watched them consistently, their bats have been rather up and down lately. So you don't know how many runs they're going to score. Yesterday they put up 6, which, based on recent history, would show that they're going to have a little bit of a down day. Dean Kramer's only been allowing 2 to 3 runs per game, except for the Dodgers, who I think we would all agree are a more potent offense than the Mets. So the line's at a 9.5. It seems like a good day to sprinkle the under there. On another note, Rico, appreciate you holding your coworkers accountable, getting them off their phones. While you're holding them accountable, maybe you could also keep them accountable to making a certain lacrosse video that they said they would make.
How about you fucking come down and do it for me? I don't know why you keep.
What lacrosse video?
Lacrosse
Yeah,
video.
I
lacrosse
forgot
video.
about this.
The
weeks
wild.
ago.
I like.
He's nuts, this guy. Who cares? I'll go do it.
He's defending the shield.
Well, because no one cares about lacrosse.
I just believe in accountability.
You're the only one. You believe in
I
accountability.
believe in accountability.
No one cares
Marty.
about your
All right.
sport, Shawnee. No
Sean,
one
have a-
cares.
Sean, it's a
Sorry.
You
Sean,
said you do it and you haven't done it.
Shawnee,
Sean,
sorry,
it's a-
Sean
I
cares
got
about
it.
lacrosse.
Sean,
Go
it's
get
a-
your ball in net, and anyone in the world can pick up and go do. It's not that hard, Shawnee.
Sean, it's a Friday. Have a couple of high noons. Relax, pal.
Started to cry.
I'm going to that Orioles
I didn't know
game
what he
tonight.
was doing.
So yeah,
I'll be at that
What do
game.
you guys? Clemmer is going to 3 Mets games in Baltimore this weekend. There's so many things I can rattle off my head that I'd rather do than that.
In fairness,
Must be nice to have tickets to something you can actually go to.
I planned this a month and a half ago when the Mets were good or not good.
Would never
They
go.
were
Okay,
never
no.
good at
No,
all.
I'm sorry. When they were at least like potential, like it's a
Hold on.
promise there.
Actually, whatever. No context, but if there's any travel agents, call in, and I will get you a lot of Barstool merch as a thank you. But if you're a travel agent, call me because I got some shit I got to do tonight across the country. So somebody help me out. Go ahead.
I don't love the under tonight because the Orioles do hit left-handed pitching, and David Peterson is pitching for the Mets, who is a complete trash bag. It is awful. So I hope I'm wrong, but I think the Orioles is going to beat the shit out of the Mets. So I don't know. Mets are so bad. They haven't scored a run in 2 games. So I don't know. Maybe the under is the play. I don't know. The Mets are so bad. Stay away, run away, hide.
There's literally
and I'll be there for all 3 games.
I'd rather do you can name almost anything. I wouldn't want to do that.
Oh, if the Yankees, it's a fun weekend. Camden
the
Yards is
Yankees
awesome.
are
I love going to
2.5
baseball
games out.
I know, but I'm saying I didn't know this when I made the plans. I didn't know that Verlander and Scherzer would be in Texas when I made these plans. So, I mean,
They were pretty bad a month and a half ago. You didn't know they were going to be in Texas, but
no, I know, but I also love Camden Yards.
I don't hate seeing
It's baseball. It's fun.
No.
I would like to go to Camden Yards. I've never been.
Artie's like, oh, this is so stupid. Why are you doing this?
No, it's not
trip?"
stupid. I understand why you're doing it, but it's like I might have changed my plans if I was like, I'm not going to.
Tickets are bought, hotels there. My wife's got plans with a friend.
Okay,
Yeah, it's like, it's good.
playing with a friend is different.
It is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Go to the aquarium?
No.
Bro, I love aquarium.
You know what's a fun place is Fort McHenry is a nice place to go. It's a good fort.
Yeah,
Is that where they did the Star Spangled Banner?
Nice.
That's right. Attaboys, man.
What do you do there?
You just look at
You walk around. It's nice. You see this old fort.
You just look at a fort, Big F.
Yeah.
Baltimore's not bad. I'm not big on the historical stuff, but I got friends down
I'm not big on any.
Some good restaurant. Inner Harbor's fun.
Why do you like? Why
Baltimore's
do you want to go see a fort?
It's just cool. It's cool to see how how people used to live and like what the fort was like.
Let me ask you guys a question real quick. This guy.
Hold on.
We good.
Chapel in Tennessee is a travel agent.
Oh, here we go.
What's the quickest you can get me to L.A. before 8 o'clock tonight?
You need to be in L.A. before 8 o'clock.
Let's just say there's a blonde singer who's sweeping the nation, and I may or may not have tickets to the concert tonight, and I got to get there by 8 o'clock, and flights are a little difficult.
Billie Eilish?
Yeah, Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish. She's going to sing Blank
I wouldn't want to
Space.
miss that.
You got something? What do you got, Chapel?
Well, no, I do have some. I've been blocked from the shows, but it's actually church. What's up, Big L?
I knew it was church. I knew it was.
Church.
I was waiting. It's my guy.
Look,
he was talking shit to Brandon.
Brandon Walker blocked me. Brandon Walker blocked me from this show, so finally I saw my end to get back in. I'm not really a travel agent.
Yeah, no shot, really. You could have fucking fooled me, Church. You're going by a fake name.
Hey, I
wacko.
know a couple of people, though.
All right, yeah, sure. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you taking my call. Can you unblock me on the chat room?
I don't do that on the chat. I don't control the chat.
Church, I'll look into it. Now, Brandon's I'll look into it for you.
Do y'all want to know why Brandon blocked me?
Please.
I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he didn't get seriously hurt, but I gave Brandon a lot of hell. Anyway, in the DMs, let me explain this real quick. Won't take but a minute. In the DMs, long time ago, like a year ago, I was giving him hell when I was calling in and messing with him and Big Ev. Well, because, he wears little girls' shoes and things like that. But he sent me back. I said, where were you at today, loser? He said, my dad died. This was before his dad died. And I said, oh, man, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you serious? He said, no, you fucking loser. He didn't die. Get off my page. Well, then a month later, his dad died.
All right. Then his other dad died a couple months later.
Yeah, then I called into his show, and, he was making lighthearted jokes about it. So I was like, man, kind of karma that you're making jokes about it, then they die. Well, that's one of the days whenever his face was real red or something, so he's having a bad day. Anyways, they blocked me from all the chat rooms and everything.
Well, maybe don't make fun of the guy's dad being dead. I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of mean.
I didn't make fun of his dad being dead, you skinny bastard.
Well, that's what it sounded like. Your storytelling is pretty.
Let Church go.
He just cooks. That's what you got to do.
For the red face.
Church is the guy who comes in, he takes a shit.
Bastard.
Church is the guy you ask to come over for dinner. He doesn't bring anything. He takes a shit, clogs your toilet, and then he's like, your plumbing sucks. And you're like, all right, Church. This is what this guy does.
Hey, I'm not
He's a modern-day terrorist.
I'm not doing that unless you got Charmin Red. I'm a Charmin Red guy, so
all right.
it's always key to check the toilet paper first.
Fair enough.
Glamour, that was out of line.
Anything else? You want to unplug the cable boxes, Church, while you're in the house? What else you want to do? Anything else you want to cause some chaos?
Hey, cable boxes. I'm just trying to get 11 TVs like you, Rico.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, Church. What a character.
Church.
What a character.
I see. Yeah. There was a big point in time when there was like a big stretch too where it was like just me and Brandon, and he would call into fake names and just roast Brandon, and I would just die laughing. So me and Church became boys.
Yeah. I respect the fake name calling it as a radio guy, and
he used to put fake names all the time.
There was a time I did that three times to McAfee's producer when he's still here. The guy Gonzo. I called like 3 different times, and they just had a war with Gonzo.
I think Church calling me a skinny bastard. It's like a rite of passage. It's like a christening.
Yeah.
I belong in this show, man.
Yeah.
It is.
I feel good about it.
He's a friend of the praise.
I gotta know what
Kelly listener.
Anything with that accent, I would have laughed.
Clemmer, you should have came back with, I'll send your fucking fat ass to Andersonville, but he wouldn't know you were talking.
I don't know if he's fat or not.
I don't know what
this
I
gentleman
feel like he works. I don't know what church. I'm obviously glad he listens to the show.
There's no chance Church is under 2.5 bills.
No.
And is over 5'8".
I'm not getting on Church's bad side.
I think Church does enough to just make him through the day. So if today's budget is like $73, he goes and does scrap metal and has 75. And tomorrow if he needs 100, like he lives a carefree life. Yeah.
This is
he's got a couple extra bucks, got some cold cores, and he's good to go.
Question for kind of you, Rico, because I saw Clemmer today and he has one bag right? And it was pretty filled up.
Oh, filled to the max.
It was filled to the max.
Ridiculously so.
And so him and his wife packed together one bag. How do you guys feel about
Absolutely no chance.
I need just because I feel like it's chaos once you get to the hotel.
Yeah, no chance.
But here's the thing.
Weekend or overnight, like maybe.
It's a weekend.
Oh, it's a 3-day trip.
Well, no, it's like we're back Sunday. It's whatever.
2 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weekend. But here's the thing, though. Like, she's meeting me at the train station. I'm not gonna have her carry a bag, so it's either like
100%.
a big bag.
Why
or
not?
it's not.
She'll also have him make a sandwich.
Oh no, my wife's the breadwinner in my house. You kidding me?
Yeah, you're making the sandwich.
Damn right I am.
It's an old joke. It's an old joke. Everybody relax. Go see the Barbie movie. Positive vibes only. It's an old joke. It's Friday. Take it easy. Yeah, I get that. You're not going to make him carry it.
So you're like, all right, so do the big bag, little bag. She said you want to do the little bag.
I do 2 duffel.
I'm not going to fight with her about it, you know?
2 duffels.
She said the little bag's fine. It works.
You know what got me through my week at LBR? It was the Ruckus team bag. That thing holds a lot of clothes, man.
I don't think you've worn a piece of clothing or a bag that you have
bought, right?
In maybe
Dude,
months.
when I was coming out of high school, I had a bunch of bags going to the different events. We had a bunch of Nike bags. Those were good. And he threw, like, college weekends. It's good to have a weekend, but you wanted the same bag.
Oh, I have.
Shout out my boy Steve Tambo. He's got the same St. Peter's bag since 1997.
That's
uses it everywhere. The fact the zipper still works is crazy.
He should change that up.
Oh, he's a legend.
It's a good bag. Why move off of it?
Legend. Big Italian kid. He went to the St. Patrick's Day parade and was like, "You guys, your food sucks." He had a few enemies like, "Your food sucks." He started chanting Italian meats at all the Irish people. It was great. He's going super sad, fresh mutts. It was unbelievable. I still laugh at it.
You have some.
I do. I laugh at that stuff. So what do you want me to do? Steve Tambo. Shout out Steve Tambo. Looks great. Smitty, what do you got?
Nothing. I was gonna say, like, I love my wife, obviously. But is this a woman thing where you pack up your duffel bags to the point where they can't zip her up and you just let it go and carry it out?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
And all the extra stuff goes into my bag. Like all her shoes that she couldn't fit goes into my bag.
There's a full bag for hair stuff. Yeah, it's chaos. Chaos.
I know no one really cares, but we got to talk about it really quick. Jake Paul fights Nate Diaz tomorrow. Jake Paul is minus 400 on the Barstool Sports book. You just think about the names. Like Nate Diaz is a guy who is respected in the UFC. He is loved by UFC fans like Big Ev. But boxing is a totally different sport, as we can see. And Jake Paul has beaten he's beaten Anderson Silva, who is like.
He's very good. He's older. He was older, but he's very good. Very good striker.
I'm not saying Jake Paul's unbelievable, but minus 400 against Nate Diaz, and there was a brawl yesterday on the stage.
Their security, not even like the two of them.
Security guards.
Both their security guards almost got into it.
The security guard was the biggest human being I've ever seen in my entire life. But yeah, he's minus 400. The Paul brothers are kind of just taking over the world. It's kind of crazy. Like Logan at like 4:00 fights.
He's headlining like WWE like SummerSlam.
Yeah, and then flying to.
And then going straight to the fight.
It's ridiculous.
You know, Robbie's going to SummerSlam.
And you guys, everyone says like no one cares about Jake Paul. Big Ev also told me that their pay-per-views for Tommy Fury, 850,000 pay-per-views.
Crazy.
That's a lot.
That's a shit ton. It's a shit ton of pay-per-views. I think the only fight that's done more than that, I think in the last like year was the and I'm including like UFC. I think the Gervonta Davis Ryan Garcia is the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that did more. That's pretty impressive. Very, very expert. I think he said he made like $30 million, and honestly, with that many buys, it sounds about right. Crazy, but yeah, I wouldn't lay minus 400 on him. I don't.
You gotta do it for like a knockout.
We got another full UFC.
I'd almost rather good UFC card in Nashville. We got a few guys. Shut up, Billy Q, friend of Barstool's fighting.
That's a cool place to do it.
Nashville. Yeah, Nashville's awesome. Great place. It's a good card. Great main event. Corey Sandhagen and Rob Font. Probably winner's probably getting a title shot. Sandhagen should probably do it. Probably Sandhagen inside the distance. I like. And our guy Dustin Jacoby, good fighter. He's I think he's like the third, like the right before the co-main. He's played a bunch of the Barstool Classics. Great dude, good fighter as well. He's plus 130. Get Jacoby in. We got a parlay coming as well on the sportsbook tomorrow from the Spinning Backfist boys.
All right. Yeah, I like. I say it all the time. I wish there was I wish heavyweight fights were bigger and more mainstream.
Yeah, the best.
Because I was too young to watch Tyson in his prime.
Did you guys?
I wasn't
Holyfield,
staying.
or too young.
Tyson Holyfield. I watched
young
clips on well, actually, I shouldn't even say that. I had it. It was back when they protected the highlights. They didn't realize what they were doing.
Yeah.
I only saw the still image.
Yeah.
Still images of the fight. I was in Disney World with my family. I remember the next day them being like, he bit his ear. I'm like, wait, what? Like, crazy. I was like 11. You were too young to stay up. I was probably even younger. I was probably 9. You were too younger to stay up for those fights. So like, I didn't watch.
What
Tyson in his prime.
That was like 90s.
Yeah, 90. Yeah,
96.
So
maybe.
my
high school.
My dad. I just grew up. My dad would just tell all the stories because back then, like, the pay-per-view wasn't as readily available, like, in your house.
Right.
So, like, him and his boy would, like, they have steak. For example, you pay, like, $100. You go to a steak, you get, like, a steak dinner, and then you get to watch the fight. And he like, tells stories about, like, especially the time he fought, like, Michael Spinks. So, like, the
Leon
fight,
Spinks.
Or, like, Leon Spinks. He, looks down, like, take a cut of a steak, look up, the fight's over.
It was awful. Yeah, I remember I was a kid. My dad
Just
liked
killing
boxing,
people.
so like you wait all night for this fight. It's over 89 seconds, and you're like, that's why like people say, oh, I miss Tyson in his prime. The Tyson fights kind of sucked because they were over so fast.
Yeah, but you were just
Yeah,
watching. It was like letting
It's probably more the anticipation.
I loved
to, like,
it was like throwing a piece of bologna in a fucking piranha.
Because you know whose fight sucked?
People want to watch that shit.
Whose fight sucked was Mayweather because he wouldn't knock anyone out. He's just so methodical and fast, and like it was just those ones. Like you appreciate how good he is, but like Tyson knocking people out in 10 seconds is all I want.
You would know too that your dad would say. My dad was telling me stories about Hearns, and the Gotti and Ward fights had 3. They weren't heavyweights, but like
so many good
that was when boxing. I don't even know all the names, but there were a bunch of guys.
Gotti, Ward, they fought 3 times.
You could go watch.
Hearns and Hagler. That was
Hagler.
Hearns, Hagler, Duran, and
Kirk talks about that all the time.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I would recommend this,
you can go to a movie theater and watch them.
Yeah.
Apparently,
if you have Showtime, the documentary Four Kings is about Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Roberto Duran. Phenomenal documentary, fantastic.
What's the name of it? Four Kings.
Four Kings. It's on Showtime. It's fucking great.
Is there anything that could possibly compete in the world of combat sports with a Mike Tyson compilation knockout video?
I watch it like twice a week.
Like, I don't think there's maybe Kimbo Slice when he was doing like
Kimbo
street
Slice
fights.
was,
but even Mike Tyson's the post game speech, like, my style is impetuous. Like, he's like, I want to eat your children. Praise be to Allah.
Yeah,
just like the shit. Like, he's just a savage.
But when I was growing up, everyone
savage.
said that I missed out because the Muhammad Ali fights were so great. Because Ali Foreman, that would go on for like 12 rounds, whatever.
Yeah.
Where Tyson would go on like 1 or 2 rounds.
They wouldn't go on for 12 rounds today.
No, but when I was growing up, everyone said, "Oh, the Tyson fights kind of stink because he's too good. Like it's too much of a powerful presence." So I guess it all depends on the area you grew up. I miss heavyweight boxing being a big thing.
The Fury Wilder fights were awesome. The third one was a fucking classic. That was like my favorite boxing fight I probably ever watched. Like watched live.
Yeah,
that was
kind of weird that it's not so big. Like you could ask a casual, because I'm a casual UFC guy, and I could tell you most of the things going on in the UFC, but like boxing, I can't tell you anything.
It's just too political.
Is it?
Well, because in the UFC, they just, like, if you're the 2 best, you just fight each other. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Right, yeah.
You're just gonna fight. And for example,
I mean, look at the biggest...
Tyson Fury right now. Alexander Usyk is like the clear guy. Like he's like cruiserweight champ, like light heavyweight champ. He's beat Joshua heavyweight twice. He's smaller, but he's the clearly like better boxer. A lot of people think he would beat Tyson Fury. He's much smaller, but he's a better just boxer. Like, he'd point him, and he just like won't fight him. And a guy like Tyson Fury, he doesn't need to. He's made so much money. Mm-hmm. Like Usyk's gonna fight somebody else. Like talking about Tyson Fury, he's gonna fight Francis Ngannou. Like he's like it was the UFC heavyweight champ in a boxing match. He's gonna murder Francis. Murder.
And is that
the fight will end when he wants it to end?
I mean, look at the biggest story in boxing in the last 15 years has been Mayweather-Pacquiao. They just didn't fight.
Well, they waited way too long. That's why at least I appreciate like this Tank Davis, like Ryan Garcia.
At that point, it didn't even count.
Brutal.
It was like, why?
That was bad.
Pacquiao was old, and he was fighting with like his shoulder was fucked up.
He was hurt. Yeah.
He count. Obviously, it was such a big payday. He was still gonna fight.
That's what you're saying about Fury, which he's like, I think he's almost, and that's like what Jake Paul kind of does, right? Where he's like, Jake Paul's getting paid so much money.
Yeah.
So Fury is like, why would I'm going to fight Ngannou, who's going to a lot more pay-per-views.
Probably, I would say the same amount.
Then
like just as much money.
Really?
If he fought Usyk, it would do big. If he fought, why am I drawing like some of the other big heavyweights?
I thought Ngannou would do a little more.
I don't. But I think maybe you'll get some more MMA fans to watch, maybe, but. a lot of MMA fans are boxing fans. You're just like combat sports fans. And I think the people like you just so this is what I'd say. I think the intrigue is significantly less than, for example, like a Mayweather McGregor, where I'll put it like this: if this fight does happen, you will if you go back, you watch this fight and then go back and watch Mayweather McGregor, you'll appreciate how well McGregor actually did.
Oh, McGregor did great.
You'll appreciate how like that he actually was legitimately landing punches on him and stuff. I will be if that was
a crazy thing too. They got to cross over a guy from UFC to make boxing.
But it was just it made sense. It was the two biggest star. It was the two biggest stars.
I know
almost ever in combat sports. McGregor, the biggest star in MMA ever.
Do we want to see Steph Curry face Shohei Ohtani in the batting?
It's not. I mean, it's still. It's way different, but you're still like throwing hands.
Yeah. You want to see LeBron as a tight end?
I mean, they kind of did that idea though with golf.
Yeah.
And it's so.
But
it's on
I'm
TV,
being silly about it and poking at him, but it's like it's two guys from two different sports.
It's sad that's what boxing
is.
You're
popular, people watch.
Yeah, no, correct.
It don't matter what you do.
Right.
Mayweather. Francis, the reason it's going to sell is because he's
boys. I'm not sure if this is official, but the chat is saying breaking news: Oregon and Washington to the Big Ten.
Let's go.
I don't know if I like that.
I love it.
Beep, 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 beep.
They're also saying that I don't respect old boxers. I'm saying they wouldn't allow the fucking old boxers to go 12 rounds now because one would be dead. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they definitely let fights go much longer back then.
Oh yeah,
sure. A lot more standing TKOs in 2023 than there were in the 1950s and 60s.
It's a much more brutal sport in the 70s.
Sure, absolutely.
Right. So I think Jack Johnson would come and whip up now.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Singer?
dude. Those guys with the fucking
banana pancakes.
Imagine the amount of punches they were throwing in those tiny shitty gloves, just beating each other's face in for like 15 rounds, 20 rounds. Yeah. They'd go forever. Back in the day, they would literally just go till someone just basically died.
Like Jack Dempsey time?
Yeah, like till somebody literally was just like unconscious. They like
were the old.
No, go Rico. I'm not sure if you're kidding, but go look up Jack Johnson. Chat, look him up.
It's crazy.
We're talking about
we're talking black and white just beatings.
Yeah.
We're talking warriors.
Washington.
They're warriors nowadays too. Don't get it.
Like
These guys are fucking like
Joe Louis too. That whole
dude. Oh my god, like they're just up there, just like
crazy.
Washington and Oregon to the Big Ten.
When?
Probably next year, the year after, I'd assume.
I don't actually like all this stuff, but I'm just gonna let it all happen.
We're powering up, baby. Big Ten.
Yeah, don't you think it's kind of ruining?
Do you
everything?
want that though?
Yeah, I think it kind of is.
You want your
it's
conference
inevitable. If you thought it was going to happen, you either you're in denial or you're just not paying attention. This is happening. It's going to happen for the last like.
No, so is the Pac-12 just gone?
Yes.
It's just not going to be a conference?
Still try to embrace being the wacky conference. They should
toast. Rico, they're toast.
I get what you mean, Big.
Arizona's Colorado to the Big 12. Arizona's
We've
going
all
to the Big 12.
known that.
They just lost their 6 best universities.
We've all known that,
They're
but do you
fucked.
like it? I've all known it's coming. I'm not saying I'm not in denial. I knew it was
So
coming.
how many
and I'm
super
accepting
conferences
it.
are we going to have?
But do you
2
like
at
that?
the end, 2.
You
Big
like that?
10. I mean, just.
Why don't
I guess I'd listen. I would prefer
the ACC can gear up. Let the ACC be a super conference.
but they're already. But they're already going to be so far behind with what the Big Ten SEC did. I mean, the rumors. There's rumors that Florida State and Clemson might be next to the Big Ten.
So what? Yeah, what's
Two
going to happen?
super conferences
What's
is
going to
too
happen when
many.
you're choosing 4 playoff teams?
No, there's going to be 12 in like next year.
Okay, true.
But still, like, you talk about all these other teams that
It's
never
hard
get
for
a
me
chance,
to get excited. Like you don't play everyone in your conference. You don't play everyone in your conference.
Like, you don't play everyone in the NFL. Like, so what?
So you're the
I play everyone in your division,
let me
and then they give a division winner. Like it's.
Let me. All right, I'll make something. Listen,
Yeah, you're
in a
happy
perfect
because you have
world-
Ohio State, yeah. But what about literally every other school besides Ohio State, Alabama, and the powerhouses?
No,
Like, it's going to kill. It might kill like college football.
No, it's not. Let me. I'll make something. Listen. In a perfect world, would I want things to just stay like happy-go-lucky, just keep the conferences the way they've been like forever? Sure. But it's happening, so that's where I've just put my mind way past that because it's just been happening. I don't think it's going to kill college football. I don't think it's going to even change as much as we think it is. NIL, I think, is a bigger change than this probably in terms of like the way things are structured.
But what about like a Cincinnati team or someone like where they made the playoff? Like what? They're never. There's 2 of these.
They're in the Big 12
conference.
now.
I'm not saying Cincinnati is.
Big 12's not bad.
It's a bad example. Like a team that's like not like they're kind of in it, but like they're not. They're not in the top 2 conferences. They're never gonna make those playoffs.
It depends. It depends if it becomes like a.
Also, who's to say just because those 2 conferences have super teams that the best team in the Big 12 is not better than the third team in the Big 10.
But the best team, but they still could get. You're acting like they just won't have a seat at the table.
I'm not saying they're
going to get
the table, but
an undefeated Big 12.
Who's going to get the benefit of the doubt most times?
But like an
Big 10 and the SEC.
But if you're saying like an undefeated Big 12 team, like a 1-loss Big 12 team, is going to get in probably over like a 3-loss Big 10 team, even with the way it's structured, and realistically, it should be weighted that way when you're playing a way tougher schedule on some level. Like it can't be the end all be all, but like at the end of the day, as much as we don't want to admit, like the SEC is the toughest schedule.
How is this going to affect like college basketball? Is it?
It'll just change
nightmare.
It'll just honestly
it'll
just change conferences. I mean, some teams are just going to change conferences.
But
I don't know, like the trips now. Like Oregon, is Oregon going to come in midweek? Are there enough weekends that they could play these?
They're just going to have to travel more.
I'm saying,
what it is,
like college football playoffs are going to be still so heavy when those two conferences. College basketball still has every team still in it. At any time they want. That's
it's Arizona. Arizona in the Big 12 is going to be sick.
Travel.
The Big 10's big night is Tuesday night. Yeah. So like, they're going to come in on.
But you got to remember,
go back.
You got to remember, like guys like the Midwest teams are going to have to go out there too.
Yeah, no, I get that. That's a nightmare too, both ways. Yeah, it's.
This is entirely a football decision, right? This is nothing.
Without a doubt, nothing else matters.
They don't care about anything.
It's the most money by far.
100%.
But it will help obviously it will help the conferences. Like we bring it in like Washington, Oregon, USC, UCLA.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's bang these out and get to picks. Chandler in Utah, college football. What do you got?
So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I know you're watching Utah State for basketball, but don't sleep on them for football. They're going to be hot this year. Bringing back our quarterback. Coach is in his second year. He's going to get the folks together. We're going to be grinding. We're going to be making some noise in the Mountain West. So don't sleep on those guys.
All right.
And we got to get you out to a game for basketball.
Yeah, I'll be there.
In the Logan.
I got to get out there. Final Four.
You got to come to the Spectrum.
Final Four, without a doubt.
Final Four.
You want Final Four?
I'll bet you any amount of money.
Alabama, Arkansas State, Utah State, Bryant.
Yeah, Arkansas State is going to make the tournament.
First year coach.
Yeah, I understand why you're doing it.
Dio, LA, what do you got?
Hey, boys. So I'm in a bit of a dilemma. I figured I'd come to you guys to figure it out. I have a wedding today. It's my first cousin's wedding. You know, big event. Kind of my first wedding in a long, long time. I also got hit up by one of my best friends to go to the Padres-Dodgers game today, and I fucking hate the Padres. They're great tickets. What do I do?
You don't miss it for a regular season baseball game.
No, you got to go to the wedding.
First cousin?
That's a rivalry game. That's a big game.
Let's go on Sunday.
First cousin?
Listen, we've had Church call in. We had some other lunatic call in about the lacrosse. Dio's now the craziest of all of them.
No, Dio, let's talk. How close are you with this cousin? Let's talk this out.
Close enough where like she wants me to be there for pictures, and I'm not in the party, but
you're in the
I'm kind of
family
the funny
shots.
guy of the family, so she might have me do a little post or something.
Oh, wait, did you just call you're the funny guy in the family? I love that. You have to go. You just the fact that she's even texting you day of wedding or before the wedding, you got to go.
These people will hate you forever if you don't go. Forever.
There's only one wedding. There's always riveries.
Go on Sunday.
That's not true. Ask Clemens. There's more than one wedding sometimes.
That's true.
That is true.
Make a good point.
Are you? Do you like the significant other?
He's a little older. She's 25. He's 33. There's a weird little age gap thing going.
Not too bad.
If I had to put money on it, I mean, it's definitely plus money for them to get divorced. I mean, not get divorced. I mean,
weddings today.
Is he single? Dio, are you single?
I know, man. Am I single? Yeah, I'm a single father.
Okay. Have you checked out? They have a wedding website. Have you checked out the starting lineup? The bridesmaids,
good point, Rico.
Are we recruiting? What are we looking at? Is there a lot of opportunity to go to this
we're
wedding?
We're out and about, We're out and about just like Joey Camastis, We're doing our thing.
You're out and about.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Well,
right. Did you check the groomsmen?
Yeah, we don't fellas. Some single fellas.
The fellas. We don't give a fuck.
No, I mean, yeah.
Love's in the air.
Lineup. There's a couple big hitters. There's some guys.
Okay,
all right.
All right,
Oh, that's an all-time term. There's
a couple big hitters.
Big hitters.
Go out on top on that one, Dio.
I love that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, go to the wedding. I think you won't regret.
Go to the wedding.
I think you know what
with the heavy hitters.
You'll go to the wedding. You'll be happy you went.
Go get a clean.
I say no
God
matter
bless.
what, we'll always do.
What was he like? Afraid we were going to judge him? Come on, it's 2023.
I think that we should do Life Advice Fridays.
Maybe.
I think we should.
Allie in California, to wrap us up. What do you got?
Hey, what's up, boys? Happy Friday. I thought I might start with a little gas me up real quick for you guys since it is Friday after all.
No, we're kind of out of time. What do you have for college footballs?
Okay.
We appreciate the
So
sentiment.
Clock manager.
It's okay. I wanted to talk about Air Force and Fresno State competing for the Mountain West title. Everyone thinks it's Boise State's year, but I really think either of those teams have an equal or better chance at actually winning the conference. And Fresno State has Boise State at home.
Yeah. No, I like that. I obviously like the Mountain West. I was in on Air Force, but it didn't pay out last year. Scroll through the picks real quick, Marty. What do you got?
I got the Yankees tonight. Fucking, that's a shit show. It's Severino today, where we have no idea what's going to happen with him. God. But I got the Cubs, good juice, Orioles -1.5, and Blue Jays.
Yeah, Cubs like the little matinee. D-backs money line, and I know they're laying juice. Orioles. Mets are horrific on the road. Orioles just keep laying out, just keep winning. Thank you.
Pick of the day, Merrill Kelly over at 16.5 outs. I like that. And going against bunch of teams.
I'm just going Nola to get me into the 7th. Give me Nola.
5-0 last night. Update the record. We're about to go 10-0 tonight. Go Phils.
Go Phillies. Check out the Yak next. That's Pick Central. Everybody have a good weekend. Me and Ev out next week. See you in a couple weeks.